One thing about it, when beans are requested of me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that they are dry bean. It's my preference to work with dry beans versus frozen beans because I feel like they come out way better. And I like the flavor from the dry bean versus a frozen bean, which has been pre-cooked and then frozen. Just so you know. So yes, it does take a little bit longer, but it also gives a little bit more love that you get to add to the food as you go. I start off by picking out all the beans that are split, are open, or they do not look how I desire for them to look, and I move them to the side, and I make sure that all the beans that are in there are good and ready to go. Some people skip this process, but I do feel like this is an important process that definitely should be done. Once I've picked out all those undesirable beans, I go ahead and I rinse them off. Some people may not rinse off their beans. What you do over there is between you and God, but over here, I'm going to go ahead and rinse off my beans and drain that water off that is in the pot. I do this to get any impurities or anything like that I might feel like needs to get off there off. After I rinse my beans, I go ahead and add some smoked meat. Today we're going to go ahead and use a little hog. Then I add, for my pinto, some onions and garlic, and then I season it up with a little bit of black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, some Tony's, some Himalayan salt, not regular salt, Himalayan, and then I do add some bouillon. You could use whatever type of bouillon you want to add to it. I chose to do a beef bouillon to go with the hog. It just seemed better. I might do chicken bouillon with a different type of bean, but for this one, we went ahead and did the beef bouillon. After I added in all my seasonings, you can see I seasoned liberally. I seasoned this much, and I leave the seasonings out just in case I need to add a little bit more seasoning to it as they cook. And then I go ahead and cover it with water. If you say you want to use broth, go ahead and use broth, but I'm going to use water because guess what? The bouillon is dried broth already, so if I feel like it needs to have a little bit more salt or flavor, I have everything on the side to do so. I check my flavor as these beans are cooking by tasting the pot liquor. I put the beans on a medium-low heat, and I go ahead and let them cook, and I have the pot cracked open just a little bit, let some of that steam escape so they don't cook too quickly. Once they're boiling like this, I add a little bit more water because the water will evaporate. So yes, you can leave them on all day, but you do need to check. When they're almost done, I go ahead and I add a little bit of my bacon fat. My bacon fat I put in the refrigerator. It's not sitting on the side of the stove, okay? So I pull it out the refrigerator, add it to the beans, and then I come back with a little bit more water because it's gonna cook for 30 more minutes once they get to this point. Mix everything up in there, add in my water, and then when they're done, go ahead and serve it with a nice side of rice. And you can also have this with anything else. If you want meat as well, go ahead and get you some meat on there. But I'm gonna serve these beans with some rice. And then I also have some hot cornbread on the side, which is the honey garlic butter cornbread that is not shown here, but hey, these were delicious. Go ahead and give it a try.